Yeah, man. We're here, innit? How's everyone feeling? Everyone good? Everyone all right? My name is Chuckie Online. This guy is a top boy YouTuber. He has been outside in this game, very active for quite some time now, a good 11 years. Some people know him as Tobi Brown. You might know him as Tobjizzle. Make some noise for my guy, Tobi Brown! Yeah.
Hi.
What's going on?
What's good?
Welcome to JD and a duffel bag as well, because this is my thing.
This is your thing.
Yeah, this is my thing. Me and you have I know you.
I see you everywhere. You're everywhere.
Bro, do you know what is so mad for me, yeah? Is that like, me and you talk, we have some good conversations, whatever, light exchange of energies and stuff, yeah?
Uh-huh.
And then like, I look at what it is that you're doing, and I'm still flabbergasted at the fact that like, your numbers and like, who you actually are. Like, you're a whole guy. Do you still find it like difficult to come to terms with the fact that like, people look at you different they look at you as almost a celebrity because of what you do, essentially?
Yeah, we don't use that word, but yeah, it's a very weird one. Like, I still get weirded out when people like stop you, or they're taking photos around the corner, like pretending like they're on the phone but doing this.
Yeah.
In front of the camera. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever get used to it.
I think as well, like when you come through in the lane that you've come through in, you started at a time where YouTube wasn't like, it was difficult to tell anyone that you was doing that as a job. You get what I'm saying?
Well, how do you make money on that? What is it? Like, how are they paying you? That's what they say to you. I don't get it. How do you make the money? All the dads, they'll come up to you. So what is this YouTube thing? Because my kids love it, but I don't know. I don't know, man.
But when you started, though, for you to have said that this was something that you wanted to do, you must have known that there was going to be some type of money in there at some point for you to be able to make some type of a living. Or did you not even really think that far? Did you just think, you know what, I'm going to just try a thing, and wherever it goes is wherever it goes?
Do you know what? It was a bit of fun when I started. My guy Josh, don't know if you lot know him, Josh Zerka, he started off with the game and stuff back in the day when we was in like year 11, and sometimes people bring up his videos and play them in the class, and you have random kids running around going, that's Josh. And it's like, how do you know it? And this time he ain't revealed his face, so I don't know how people knew, but I kind of slowly got dragged into the world. Initially I was producing music and for his videos, and then I got dragged into the world of like gaming. Like, me and my brother Manny, we saved up our lunch money. We skipped dinners for like, I don't know, 3-4 months to save up lunch money to buy an Xbox 360 arcade. There was targets that you wanted to hit. Like, you had to get a certain amount of subscribers, so you could get like a YouTube banner. And I wanted the banner so bad. I wasn't thinking about monetary gain. I was thinking, I want a banner. I want to hit this amount of numbers so I can get this partnership and get a YouTube banner, because that's cool. So there was little goals that I was like setting myself because I wanted to go to the next level, and it wasn't really about the money back then.
For a lot of people that end up becoming very successful in a field that is quite niche, a lot of the time it is never, well, niche in the beginning, is never really motivated by money. It's just, there's a different type of drive to it, right?
Yeah, it's just like a passion. I think if you start this stuff trying to do it for money, like, it's going to be very, very difficult for you, because there's going to be times where you're not making money. And if that's the thing that you're chasing, you're going to look for other ways, and you won't be able to put your full focus into what you actually need to do to get where you need to get to.
I'm going to get back to some of that in a bit, but firstly, good looking on the Adidas campaign and that as well. See you in there just looking all, you get what?
It's weird. I would never like picture myself like that, you know. I'd never. I called my mum on FaceTime earlier and I showed her. She was going,
How does it feel though? How does it, like, on a deeper one? How does it actually feel to be a part of this campaign?
It's a bit surreal, man, because like JD in particular is a brand that I grew up with. You know, like the duffel bag. That's what I used to carry my PE kit in, carry my books in, and Lord knows when that string ripped, like it was pain, like serious pain. I got to go and make another purchase just so I can have a JD duffel bag. Yeah, it's crazy to be able to work with a brand of this magnitude that's been around pretty much my whole life.
Let's discuss some of that actually, like the early memories of just even Adidas per se. Where does it go back for you? Is it a football boot? Is there an artist? Is there where does your mind go when you think about that?
David Beckham. Adidas and David Beckham were synonymous for me in my childhood. You know the Predators with like the tongue that was strapped around your boot. You remember them ones? The red tongue. Yeah, that boot was a classic, and I think that's like my earliest like memory of Adidas.
Did you ever get them? Did you ever have them?
I had a pair that I think I stole it off a mate. I was getting hand-me-downs back in the day. You know, like it was a struggle back then to get my parents to get me some boots. It's mad.
How many siblings have you got?
5.
Oh, mad. And where are you in it?
I'm number 2, but I rank myself number 1.
Is if you had the opportunity to collaborate on an Adidas boot or shoe, where would you go with that? Do you feel like, even when you just mentioned the David Beckham thing and the Predator, do you feel like you would?
Yeah, give me a pair of football boots. Yeah, Adidas Predator times Tobi.
Times Tobi and that. I like that.
Tobi Predators. Yeah, no, that would be cool.
What do you reckon they would look like?
Probably reflective. I can't lie. I love reflective stuff. The whole boot will reflect, blinding the opponent and that.
As I said before, yeah, like you have been around now for, what, 11 years, give or take, around that?
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Who you were 11 years ago is not who you are today.
Yeah, no way.
When you think about like when you actually started to where everything is now, like so much has changed, not just even within the YouTubing and gaming world, but even just yourself. Talk a little bit about it.
I got new teeth.
Oh, for real?
No, when I was like young, I think I was like 9 or 10 years old, I had an accident in the playground where I was running full speed, and those of you who see me run, I'm quite fast. So I was running full speed and someone was trying to catch me, they couldn't catch me, and they tripped me up. And I fell face first, and I smashed my front 2 teeth on the concrete, so they was chipped in half. So I had a couple bits of work done to them over the years, but recently I had them done properly where like you can't even tell that they've been chipped.
So what, did you do the Invisalign thing and that?
No Invisalign. They just gave me composite bonding.
Oh, neat. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. You know, it's mad, yeah. So I imagine I was on my Insta Snap, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm just talking to the people or whatever. And then, you know, you always get one idiot. So I'm like talking and I'm asking a question or whatever. Then some Don just messages me and says, fix your effing teeth.
You know them ones always have clapped teeth. I'm just telling
like,
you.
bruv,
The ones that say
me.
that stuff, they're insecure about their teeth.
Yeah, exactly. Their avatar's a cartoon or something like that. Like, what's your teeth looking like?
Exactly.
Right. But anyway, but when we was talking about the change, like literally the change from the gaming world from then to even now, like from your perspective, how much has it changed for you?
The gaming world has just got so much bigger. I'd say back then, if you were doing the gaming thing, you was one of like a select few. I'd say it was easier back then to get into it. Now it's so saturated. It's so hard if you want to kind of come up in that same thing. You have to be so unique, and at the same time, you need a lot of luck. A lot of it is about just like good timing. You need the right person to see the right thing at the right time for it to go right for you. Like, it's very techie. But it's crazy because the world's just so much more accepting of it now. Like, they're interviewing kids in school saying, oh, what do you want to do for a job? And kids are going, oh, I want to be a gamer, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be an influencer. Like, those are the most sought after jobs. That's absolutely crazy. Whereas when we were coming up doing it, and you tell people like, oh yeah, I make YouTube videos, they kind of look at you like, get a real job type thing. It is a real job now. Yeah,
facts. Even the views are like, when you look at what, you know, a lot of people are getting for views on a sort of average. When I say a lot of people, I mean like the ones that were doing quite well. You look at like what people were getting then to what some people can get just now in a day, is just even that's lifted up massively.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I think that is largely due to the fact that there's a lot more people consuming YouTube on like a day-to-day basis. Whereas back then, it was, like I said, quite niche. Like, not everyone knew about it. Like, now people watch, I don't know about you lot, people watch YouTube more than they watch TV. I don't watch the TV.
Let's do this, actually.
No, put a hand up if you watch TV. See, like, on demand is just crushed TV. No one watches TV. How many of you watch YouTube? There you go.
Even when we look at gaming, and you're saying that, like, you know, back then it was a niche thing. I always felt like loads of people were gaming still, though.
Yeah, but not like online. Like they were gaming, you game with your friends. Like gaming for me has transitioned from going around to my friend's house to play games to then like me and my brother playing games together. We do like little Pro Evo tournaments and we take our football trophy and pretend it was like some championship. I won it all the time, obviously. And then from there, it went to us being able to play online with our friends. You got the old Xbox 360 headset and you're chatting crud to some American youth across the world. And then now it's like, it's gone from even console gaming to like a lot of people have PCs now. Like PC gamers used to be like, once again, I'm overusing this word, but niche.
Yeah, that's facts.
Now, I know so many people with PCs that are like, people are buying PCs, building them themselves, and then playing games on it and streaming.
When you saw people with a PC gaming, it was almost like those people to me, I just saw them as like almost computer type geeks.
The nerds, bro.
That were on that side. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, why don't you have a young PlayStation? Like, why is it a thing, a big block now with, like, I just didn't.
They're doing keyboard and mouse.
Right. Yeah.
Nah.
But now, even like people that do that, we would not categorize people like that at all because you're just essentially just into gaming.
Yeah, literally. Gaming has gone from being like seen as a nerdy, geeky thing to like just everyone does it.
Yeah, and so it feels like it's so much more important to like a generation of people now than it was so much before. Like, yeah, it was just a fun thing to do, but now it's like, for a lot of people, it's not just a vice. For a lot of people, it's a way of living now.
100%. And like I said, that's so different. Like I don't know how many, do you like have like an iconic game that you grew up on? Yeah.
Street Fighter. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Street Fighter?
Yeah, Street Fighter was for me. Street Fighter and Tekken.
Yeah.
Oh, don't chat. If you listen, see me, Tekken in my prime, you don't do it. Because I will upset somebody. What about you?
Pokemon Pearl on the DS. Like, I used to play it in church and like the
Lord forgive him. In church. I hope your mum was praying for you.
That is not. Imagine that. They're singing Amazing Grace and the man's playing with. Yeah. Now, I respect it, though. Like, you know what? Times change, innit? So, you know what I mean?
Staple game of my childhood, Modern Warfare 2. Right. That is like there's never been a game like it for me personally since. Do you know what I mean? But now, I don't know. It's just there's so much going on. Kids are playing Fortnite. They're playing, what was that game that came out that kids got addicted to? Fall Guys. How many of you played Among Us? You know about Among Us? Yeah, that game has ruined friendships. I can't lie. I can't trust any of my friends. You know what that is?
No.
Oh, bro.
But break it down quick.
Oh, okay. So it's this game where you're like on a spaceship and there's crewmates and imposters. Your crewmates got to get the task done. Imposters got to sabotage you, and you don't know who's who. So when someone dies, you call a meeting, and everyone's there trying to prove that they're innocent and whatnot. And then when it gets down to it, like, if the imposters equal the amount of crewmates left, then they win.
Right. Okay.
So if it gets down to 2 crewmates and there's still 2 imposters, then they win.
See, this is what I like about it.
So that game is all about just lying to your friends.
Yeah.
And my friends are good liars. And also, they don't listen to me in arguments, so it's lose-lose.
So then you take that out into real life and you start saying, right, you were so good at that. How are you translating this into real life?
I don't trust any of them.
Serious?
None of them.
Don't anyone play Sims anymore? What's going on with that?
Yeah, Sim City as well. I love Sim City.
Yeah?
Really creative.
Right, okay.
Getting my Boris Johnson on.
Yeah. Starting from gaming to then going into, more the real life sort of challenge stuff.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like the difference between the two. And I feel like a lot of people are doing that as well, especially some of the top YouTubers as well, yeah. Like, who's the credit for that?
I cannot tell you who's the credit for that. It just kind of happened. You see some people doing like vlogs. It just somehow transitions to like, okay, one day we went out to Fort Park and we were like, let's film it. Film a trip out to Fort Park. And we filmed it. That video's got like millions of views now. And it's just us going around Fort Park, going on rides, having fun. And then Harry jumps on Vic's back and like makes him graze his knee at the end. And it's like a viral moment is created from that. But when people see so much of you gaming and they hear your voice all the time and they might see you on Facecam, they get attached to you and then they want to see what you're like when you're not gaming. So that's where vlogging kind of came into it. So people started seeing us do vlogs where we go to like events and stuff, or you go for food or whatever. And then from there, when they're seeing groups of you do stuff in vlogs, then they want to see groups of you do like challenges. So it transitioned into that. And then here we are now.
Would you say that's a lot more mentally
Exhausting.
challenging to even put together? The creativity in that is a whole different thing now, isn't it? It's more than just now playing a game. This is another way of being outside and trying to find ways to be entertaining.
Yeah, it's not even just that. It's the fact that when you're doing that, you're getting scrutinized. Every second you're on the camera, people are looking at everything. Every tiny little detail. I've seen comments that I couldn't even believe. Like, people go, oh, 3627 Tobi's earrings upside down. What? How did you see that? Well, how did you notice that? But the creative aspect of it has now gone to a whole new level. We've gone from doing it all ourselves to having to get a whole team to kind of help us out on a day-to-day basis. Like, we got a couple personal managers or assistants. We got a whole production team to help us with stuff. We got a management team to help us source stuff as well. Like, it's crazy. There's a big team. There's probably like, including the clothing, probably like 50 employees.
Man, is that might be a bit of a controversial question to
We like
mention.
controversy. That gets the clicks.
Do you prefer it like this, or do you prefer it at a time where you do it yourself, but you know, like you're just a bit more free to just do whatever? Now, when you've got like a bunch of employees, obviously this goes to growth, and we all like that. We all like to be able to elevate in some way, shape, or form. But sometimes that involves more people in the kitchen.
They both have their pros and cons. They're both enjoyable for different reasons. I'd say the thing that is limiting now is the size of the viewership restricts how free we can be in what we say and do. Like, we have to kind of watch our backs a little bit now. We can't just say any and anything like we used to be able to. If you go back and watch some of the old stuff, oh my God, we would have got cancelled right now, boy. Also, that was a different time where different things were accepted. It's not a reflection of our current, like, people. Like, everyone grows and changes as you go on in life. If you're still the same person as you were, like, 10 years ago, God help you.
100. You've also mentioned as well, like, that the reading the comments part was like almost like an addictive part of it for you still. Is it still like that?
Yeah, every now and again I'll go and read the comments. I do so less these days. But initially it's because, like...
How does it help and hinder you, bro?
How does it help you?
And hinder you?
It helps because sometimes people are actually helpful. They give you constructive criticism. Like, they say something that you might not have known before. You take on board. You're like, oh, cool. Right, I never knew that. I'll bear that in mind next time. But unfortunately, those comments are actually few and far between. Like, everything in life is energy. Like, if I'm having a bad day and I bump into someone, chances are I'm going to transfer my bad energy to them. Whereas if I'm having a good day and I'm smiling and someone sees me smiling and vibes and then maybe singing a song, they might go, oh, bro, that guy's very happy, and it'll cheer them up. That's just energy being transferred without even too much happening. So when all these people online are going through whatever pain they're going through, they want to see someone else feel their pain that they're feeling. So they want to say a negative thing to drag you down as well. Do you get it? So I'll read the comments and I'll get constructive criticism. I'll see some nice things, because a lot of it is nice things as well. Don't let me ignore that, because there's a lot of people that leave really positive comments. And shout out to you guys, because those comments are really uplifting. Now, don't do that, because
there's someone in here that talks mad smack. I don't know who it is, but there's
Have
someone...
any of you ever left a cruddy comment on a video? Be honest, I'm not going to judge you. Put your hands up. You ever chat on a video? Never. You're all liars. You're all lying to me.
Someone at the back.
Who put their hand up?
Right.
I don't hide that.
What about this then? I'll ask this one. Who, like, typed something out that was mad smoky, then deleted it?
Say swear.
Oh, bro, one time I was doing the thumb thing. Listen, mate, I can't stand you. And then I thought, bro, I'm upset. It's me. This is not about you.
It's about me.
It's about me.
I'm projecting my feelings onto you.
Right, and I hadn't eaten that day. It was all mad. It was all mad.
I'm hangry.
Yeah,
okay.
This is it. In the end, I ended up having my jerk chicken with coleslaw, rice and peas and that, and I didn't feel the same way after that. There's obviously a part of that plays with the overthinking side of you as well as a creative, right? Mm-hmm. How do you maneuver in that period where you find yourself overthinking a lot?
Recently, what I've started doing to deal with overthinking is I will switch off. So like for the last month, I deleted my socials. I was like, let me just switch off from that, and then decide to become very present in my environment. So very conscious of what's going on around me, very conscious of what's going on with the people around me, like paying attention to my family, paying attention to my friends, taking time to read, doing yoga, like kind of meditation. Yoga is really good for just calming you down, getting the blood flowing, getting like good energy going through you. And then what else? Going gym was good for my mental state as well. And then doing things that I enjoy. When I'm overthinking, I just bring it back down to a level now where I'm like, okay, strip everything back. Everything that's stressing me out, strip it back. Just do things that you enjoy, be present, and just, enjoy. Like life is simple. At the same time as it is complicated, it's very, very simple.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. I'm not gonna lie. Being present and that, like, even taking moments to enjoy things. Mm-hmm. Like, I was saying to you before, even with like the adidas stuff and whatever. Yeah, you could easily find yourself in a situation where it's like, yeah, cool, I just ticked it off, whatnot, and then you just keep it moving. But nah, like sometimes you gotta take a proper moment to really deep that. Like, you're a part of a campaign that only very small amount of people ever get to do.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think with the early like Sidemen stuff, like we was ticking off so many things. Like we did what's it called? An event in Coventry, and then we released a book, and then we did like a book tour with that, and then we did the charity match, and we were doing so many massive things where we were just like, okay, we done that, what next? We done that, what next? We weren't really taking it in and appreciating what was going on. Like we was accomplishing big things. Like we got a #1 best-selling book. I forget about that half the time. How many people can say they got a #1 best-selling book?
Yeah, that's big still.
Do you know what I mean? But now I find it easier to take a step back and just appreciate what's going on. Like this campaign to me is crazy. The first campaign to me is crazy. Like being able to work with brands of this size and magnitude and stature is something that not many people get to do. And it becomes all the more crazy when I look back to where I come from. I was born like 15 minutes down the road, Homerton Hospital, Hackney, E9. I grew up in a council flat, in a 3-bed council flat with 8 family members. That's crazy. And then I'd go to JD with my parents and I'd be begging them for shoes and they wouldn't get me the shoes I wanted because they couldn't afford it. And I've come from there to working with the brands that I wanted to get the shoes from and using the money I'm getting paid to support my family. Like, that's crazy to me. And that's when I take a step back and I really just appreciate everything. Like, I'm blessed.
Massively.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, this is a little bit slightly off topic, yeah? But see in those moments, right, where you realize where it is that you've come from and all of that type of stuff and you've gone on to achieve things, yeah? And being in a household with, essentially 8 people in a 3-bedroom place, yeah? Do you remember the day when you had a bed to yourself? Do you remember that? When you just was able to just be in a big king size on your ones.
King size? Are you mad? King size bed where?
No, I mean like, so you must be on a king size now at least, right?
Oh, now, yeah.
Yeah,
What,
I'm talking about.
You talking about the first time I had one?
Yeah, the first time you was able to
say.
be able to say, rah, you know what? I've come out and I've just got this, like, like for a lot of people that's just minor, right? But for someone that comes from a certain place, that's actually what some people would think is a small thing. It's actually a big
huge,
detail. It's massive. What? Man can spread my legs in that on my ones.
You get
without my brother or sister next to me. Like,
it's when I moved out. I moved out in 2015 to Stratford here. Got a whole 2-bed flat to myself. That was like the first time I had this massive bed overlooking London. And I'm just like, rah. Like, this is where we are now. This is it.
Was everyone trying to move in? Huh? Was the family in that trying to move in?
They didn't want to let me move out. My mum wanted to handcuff me to the door. I promise you, my mum didn't want me to move out. She was begging me to stay. Yeah. Even now, when I go home, she doesn't want to let me leave. Her and the dog will sit by my side, and God forbid you try and pick him up, he'll show you them teeth. I promise you.
Mad. At what point in this 11-year period, yeah, that you've been in this game, have you felt like moving on?
I don't know what I'd move on to. That's the thing. I don't think I've ever really thought about moving on, but sometimes I'm there like, I really can't be arsed with this stuff. sometimes I'm there like, yeah, this is... Do you know what it is? I love my job. Like, I wouldn't change it for the world. But the public aspect of it, that's not me. None of you are going to believe this, but I'm very, very camera shy. I'm a shy person, okay?
Lie.
So when, I promise you, on my life, so when I sit here, I've flicked a switch in my brain that says, like, you know, like, it's not what you think it is. This is normal. So I've flicked a switch. I have to do that every time before I film anything. I have to flick the switch in my brain. But I'm a shy person. I keep myself to myself. Like, and that's why, like, when I go out in public and when someone shouts my name, it's the worst thing for me. Because I don't want to be seen. I want to just go. I want to do what I need to do. So when someone shouts, Tobi, shut up. I promise you. I can't do a lot of normal things in the same way anymore. Like, I have to kind of be very cautious about what's going on. Like, even you lot would have all seen the East to the West video, innit? You lot seen that video. You know that one? Yeah. Like, even that. From that point, all my friends are telling me, Tobi, you can't roll on your ones, you can't do this, you can't do that. I just want to go to the shops. Like, I'll get the train, go to the shop. I want to do that. But it's got to a stage where with social media, when people know who you are, they want to do stuff for clicks. They want to do stuff for the views. And so you have to kind of watch your step a little bit. Yeah. That's kind of the frustrating bit.
I watched the conversation as well, yeah, where, like, you was actually saying that the moment is just as important than the picture. So, you know, like, sometimes people will come up to you and they'll be like, oh, yeah, let me take a picture.
I did say that. Someone needs to, like, frame that. That was one of my better
I thought it was really good.
Still.
Yeah. I thought that was really good.
Where did I say that?
With Ben Foster.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So, like, and I thought that was sick because, you know what, like, sometimes, yeah, and this is, like, you should, like, take this as well, yeah. Obviously, you go see someone that you rate or whatever, and then you're, like, naturally, you'll be like, yeah, boom, can we just take a picture? That's sick, obviously, because you have the picture forever, yeah. But you know what? Sometimes you actually have a strong, like, 90 seconds to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And sometimes the conversation in that moment is as special as the picture that you've just taken because you've had a real life interaction.
Like a proper thing. Yeah. I always appreciate it more when someone will take like 2 seconds to have a quick conversation with me. Obviously, sometimes it's not adapting because you're in a rush and people got to go places, so I understand that. But when someone comes up to you and they're like, yo, Tobi, like, I really like with what you and the guys do, like, I love that. It's a pleasure to meet you, whatever. Like, I really appreciate those moments personally because you've just been real with me. Whereas when people come up to you and ask you for a photo, more time, they might not even be subscribed. They might have just seen you or they know that their friends watch you and would be jealous if they see you get a picture of them. So they'll be like, yo, Tobi, quick snap, bang. Don't even say please, don't say hi, don't say nothing. Don't interact with me as a human. You're treating me like a tourist attraction.
The music thing.
Talk to me.
Working on that, like, I know you work with your brother on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is that relationship being like between you and your brother, even working in this field of music now?
Me and Manny have done almost everything together for as long as I can remember. Like, so it's all very normal. Like, Manny will say that he's not musically talented, but he is. And he's got a great voice for it. Like, if I had Manny's voice, I'd be a solo artist, I promise you. But it's fun being able to go to the studio with him. I think the reason why we ended up even doing it in the first place was because sometimes when he was living with me in the flat for a little bit, like, we go to, like, my room or we go to his room and we'll put on beats and we'll just about trying to freestyle and stuff like that, just messing about, chatting the most nonsense stuff. And we used to have fun with it. And sometimes we get friends around and we do it as well. And then one day we were like, you know what, we should actually go to the studio and see what we can do. And that's when we did Destined for Greatness. That's the first thing we ever recorded. And obviously it did really well. It's got like 30 million plus streams on Spotify now, which is crazy. But that's another thing that's like an accomplishment that I look back at and was like, that's going to stand for eternity. Like, I'm going to be able to tell my 100. Kids that, like, you know, your uncle and your dad did that song. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that, like, you know, when you can sit and do something like that and you have people engaged into what you're doing as well and appreciate that, that has to be a special feeling for you, man.
No, it is. Sometimes I say to many, like, I don't want to look back at my YouTube years and think, oh, I could have done this or I could have done that. I don't want to have any regrets that I didn't maximize the position that I was in. So Like, if I feel like I'm enjoying something or I would enjoy something, I'm going to try my hand at it. And that's why we tried the music thing. And obviously it paid off. Hopefully new songs come in the next month or so. Been a minute, but yeah.
What does Toby look like in his highest elevated self? Like, what does that look like?
Toby in his highest elevated self. Where's Marth? Marth will know. What am I in my highest elevated self? Energy. Where's that?
He said he doesn't want to say.
Any kind of party, any kind of shubs. A lot of people know that I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't do nothing. So when they see me at a party, they're confused because I look like a crackhead. I promise you. Am I lying? There you go.
What do you mean, though? What does that mean?
I'm on vibes. You know, I get my energy from good music and having good people around me.
Right.
So when the people around me are having fun and I'm having fun, it's a whole new level of like Toby. I've gone to, where have I done? Where did I go? I went Iron Napa back in 2015?
Oh, yeah.
We did 9 nights out there. I did not miss a single night. From the start.
Ask
any of my friends.
You did 9 nights, yeah? And you went out every day?
Every day, sober.
Mad.
Sober. In Iron Napa.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I'm crazy. I'm telling you.
That's nuts.
Ask any of my friends, yeah? Any night out, I will be the last one home. I'll be the last one to leave.
Oh, wow.
Sober.
As a Man United fan now, let's do that.
Why
I'm
are
a
you
Man
going to
United.
do that?
No,
Why?
I'm a Man United guy as
you're,
well.
You're evil for that. That's bad, man.
No, I'm a United guy, yeah? For people that are watching this, we actually recorded this on a little while after Liverpool was...
You had to get that in there.
Right,
Yeah.
Like they did not win it. Obviously, I know that there was a lot of feeling or thinking that was
People
gonna
thought they were going to get 4.
Right, yeah.
They got
do you know
2.
It was depressing me that they were going to. Then they got 2. And it's funny because as a United supporter, we actually have not one thing to discuss or talk about, yeah? But I don't know about you, but for me, I feel like now I've been tapping a lot more into my my bantering bag.
I swear.
Yeah, like I've turned into one of them lot. You know, like when United was winning and that, and then all these lot was just doing bare chatting, and I just couldn't stand it.
You turned into the chatter.
But I've done it by design.
How so?
Because I just thought, you know what? Like, I'm not enjoying this so much anymore, yeah?
You need something to enjoy in football. So when other people are suffering, that's my enjoyment.
Exactly.
I hear it.
So now, this is what, and you can use this if you want, yeah?
I'm ready.
Any day that, like, you see a team, so, like, let's say yesterday Liverpool lost or whatnot, then I said, oh, well, it looks like Liverpool's on the decline now. Then everyone's like, oh, but Man United, but... Do you know what you respond to? You know how you respond to them?
How?
Yeah, I hear you, but you lost today. Yeah, no, I hear you, but you've lost.
But you lost
today.
Today. Like current events. We're not talking about. We're talking about.
Yeah, you lost today. I'm with you. I'm with you. But you lost today. How does it feel for you actually being? Are you still a season ticket holder?
I didn't renew my season ticket this year. Bro, do you know how long I waited for a season ticket? And the first year I got a season ticket, they wanted to go. Nah. 2 years I held that season ticket, and now it's gone. I'll get another one at some point, but for now, the journey is to Manchester. For the London teams to be singing, we'll race you back to London.
Yeah, I hate
No, not for me.
Does it affect, like, big and serious, yeah? Does a loss, like a United loss, affect you?
It does,
Like,
it does. It ruins my week, but then I have to just separate Man United from the rest of my life. You know, I have to cut them off. You know when you got a bad injury and you got to amputate the leg?
Yes.
That is Man United. Man United is my leg, and I don't need it anymore because otherwise I will die. But we were so spoiled as Man United fans. Growing up in the Fergie era, used to seeing your team win. If you're watching a Man United game, you can be 3-0 down with 3 minutes to go. You know you're probably going to win the game somehow. So I was spoiled. I never experienced losing or even the thought of we might lose this game. Now, I don't know what Man United is going to turn up.
I never expect
Most
to win.
football fans will go to a game and their team might win, their team might lose. That's part of the whole experience of the day. As a Man United fan as a kid, I didn't experience that. Now, I experience that. I know that. And now I enjoy football as a neutral much more.
Yeah,
I go to all the Arsenal games.
Do you?
I go to all the Arsenal games and I watch them, and I don't care if they win or lose. I watch them and I have a good time.
Right.
If they lose, it's a better time.
Yeah, that's
But
that's a beautiful place to be. Anyway, Toby, Appreciate you sitting down with me, having a light conversation. Congratulations as well to you.
Thank you.
And more blessings, man. I just hope that you keep elevating and you just keep tapping into, you know, what feels comfortable with you and you just get into your greatness, man.
I'm going to say all the cliche stuff. Believe in yourself and like the sky is the limit. It's all cliche, but the reason it's cliche is because that works. Positive affirmations, the power of the tongue.
I didn't want to turn it into this, but I was thinking to myself, though, but there was, you know when people say sky's the limit in that, obviously there's space in that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, obviously there's just bare things and it's mad far. Like, when you deep it, it's far. Like, the sun is quay.
Yeah, but what is the sky? Deep that.
What is the sky? It's not blue. We think it is, but it's not.
What is the sky?
The sky?
The sky is whatever you can see. And what you can see goes as far as you can see. Do you get it?
But what I can see, you might not be able to see. Do you get what I'm saying? So you might see a light green.
So you're saying I got my saturation settings all up?
Yeah, basically. Okay. Listen, make some noise for Toby, everyone.
Thank you, lot. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming down, honestly. Thank you.
JD on the Duffle Bag.
What do I do now? Do I put the mic down and go?
I think let's just sit here for like 5 seconds.
What, do we have credits rolling?
Yeah, just there, 5 seconds.